H1B visa holder, arrested in 2023 for public intoxication, anxious as extension deadline nears. The U.S. government under President Donald Trump has introduced a new rule for immigrants on student or work visas. Even if someone is caught with minor offenses like speeding or drunk driving, there is a possibility of deportation or visa cancellation. This has caused concern among many, including a Reddit user, whose visa extension deadline is not very far. The person shared that they were arrested for public intoxication in 2023 and asked if they need to disclose the arrest to their employer or if there's a section in the H-1B extension petition for such records. The individual is also worried about delays in the process because their employer has a policy where they do not allow remote work to their workers outside the U.S., and they can only take a limited amount of vacation. The user wrote, "Public intoxication, H-1B extension and stamping. I was arrested back in 2023 for public intoxication misdemeanor and released in the morning. I later hired an attorney to get the case dismissed and expunged. Post that I traveled to India 2 times without any issues, as I already had a stamped H1 until 2026. But I have questions now as my extension is coming up in 2026. Do I need to disclose my arrest to the employer during the extension? Is there someplace in the H1B extension petition asking for arrest records? Since I work full-time, I can only afford to take 34 weeks of vacation and my company won't let employees work outside the US, so what can I expect with delays during stamping related to medical evaluation, etc.? The individual asked. And while the majority of the responses weren't useful, a person providing a little clarity to the situation wrote, "Depends on your company policy. If there is no requirement, you don't need to." On the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services USCIS form, as of now, there is no such box. But they do a background check before your petition is approved and you might get a request for evidence RFE, which will go to your attorney. While minor offenses could lead to deportation or visa cancellation, the Department of Homeland Security DHS has also asked, all non-citizens 18 and older must carry this documentation at all times. This administration has directed DHS to prioritize enforcement. There will be no sanctuary for non-compliance. Earlier in April, a student from the University of Minnesota, who was studying at the business school on an F1 visa, was taken into custody by U.S. immigration officers. This led to student protests and demands for more information. At first, many thought the arrest was connected to campus protests. But later, the DHS said the arrest had nothing to do with any protest. Swipe left for next video. A senior DHS official told Newsweek, "This is not related to student protests." The individual in question was arrested after a visa revocation by the State Department related to a prior criminal history for a DUI. Since President Donald Trump took over the Oval Office, he has promised to remove millions of illegal immigrants during his time in office. He also permitted immigration officers to arrest individuals in places like schools and colleges, which are considered sensitive areas. Latest blogs.